Well, the sun's just setting behind us, and it's been another great week of clay shooting. In this week's programme we have coverage from the European FITASC. We also have some features from here in the UK. News from Holland, news from America, and news from further afield. We have an exclusive interview with Paul Chaplow and Ian Malarkey, the DTL specialists. And we have a full roundup of news and views from the world of clay shooting. So Paul, how does it feel? You know, we've now you've done it. You've done the 100th.
It's been a weight lifted off my shoulders, to be honest with you. Yeah. I didn't know how long it'd take to get from number 99 to 100. It could have been dragging on for ages on my mind, you know, affecting my shooting. But thankfully, I shot 100, 300 one Saturday, and then the following Saturday, which is 2 Saturdays ago, I shot the other one. So it was only hanging on my shoulders for a week, really.
And you shot the 100th and 1st at Mid Wales? At
Mid Wales, the first day of the Krieg-Off. Not the actual Krieg-Off main 2 days, but on the prelim events on the Thursday, yeah, we rattled our number 101.
and how special is the Krieg-Off DTL?
Oh, it's very special to me. Been a Krieg-Off sponsored shooter since 2005. All that Krieg-Off have done for me and what have you, it's just nice to go there, be a presence of it. They make you feel so welcome, and it's just one of those things you like to be in attendance and shoot well, just to try and repay them for all that they've done for us over the years. And
with your 100, 300, can you remember your first?
Yeah, believe it or not, it was at this actual ground we had now, the North of England Clay Target Centre in York, way back in April 2003.
And did that feel as special as your 100th?
It did actually, because it happened in very short space of time really. I shot my first registered DTL event in November 2002, and then 6 months later to shoot your first 100, 300, I was overwhelmed by it.
What's the one tip you would give to somebody taking up DTL?
Get a gun that fits you. Make sure the gun shoots where you look. Get the fundamentals right before you start chasing around, allocating around the country. Get your gun to shoot where you look, and then it's down to yourself then.
So Paul, I understand at the Krieg-Off you had a very special gift.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock actually. Just at the end of the Lucky Numbers shoot, Peter Brass asked me to come up on stage, and so to speak, and I thought it was to do the Lucky Numbers draw or something, and I was amazed. It had made prior, he'd had it in his boardroom for 6 months, he said, because he didn't know when the 100 was going to come. He'd actually had a one-off Krieg-Off commissioned ring made for me to celebrate the 100, 300s, which was overwhelming actually.
Limassol Gun Club in Cyprus hosted the 47th FITASC European Championships. Cheryl Hall shot amazingly to win the ladies' title and was there to rival the men. The top 3 shooters were consistent over the 4 days. Mark Windsor shot a perfect straight 25 in the bronze medal shoot-off. Mark took 3rd, Steve 2nd, and Andrus was crowned European Champion 2014.
Phil, 18 months since you took over, what's been the big change?
Oh, where do you want to start? Obviously, when I took over from the previous operator, it was 10 stands of 10 and a 3-bird pull shoot. It was always my vision that I shot here from many, many years ago when I first lived in Essex. The place has never been used to its full potential. Fortunate enough, I had a business transaction with Michael Frankham to take the ground over. It was always my vision to improve on its facilities, and I'm pleased to say that we've carried on that programme continuously. Up to 12 stands, and there's obviously room and options for more. When I first came here, the previous owner was getting probably 80 to 90 entries. I've more than doubled that on a very regular basis.
And a lot of people say it's a ground with two courses. You've got one course that's pretty open and one that's in the woods.
Yes, yeah, a lot of people say that. A lot of shooters say that it's a shoot of two halves. Up the top there, as you've seen earlier, in the woodland area, some spinnage, etc, etc. And then obviously you come out here to the heathland, we've got some stands here, and then down the bottom in the valley, where it's hard to retarget. You know, they're up in the sky and so on and so on.
And talking of competitions, what are your plans going forward for maybe bigger and better competition?
Who knows? I'd like to think that we could hold the English Open here. However, I will not run before I can walk.
You also said we're very much now in the 21st century. How do you think the sport can change?
I think we need to raise the bar. You know, the US, let's look at the World Sporting, held a few weeks ago, fantastic facility. I'm fortunate enough that I've shot all around the world in previous times, and you look at our fellow country teams, Italy for prime example, the US, are run on a very professional basis. It's a terrible shame that we have some fantastic shooters in the UK, but they don't seem to be wanting to all sing from the same hymn sheet. I think for us as a country, and the CPSA and the GB, we need to raise the bar and operate as a team.
We're interviewing Nick Fellows later this month. What would be one question you'd want me to ask him?
I find Nick a very open and transparent, easy to communicate with gentleman. Bearing in mind he's not from a shooting background. However, he, in my opinion, I think he knows the right way to steer the association.
Mickley Hall, which is situated near Nantwich in Cheshire, is holding its open day this Saturday. You can come and see the new clubhouse, which will be finally finished and ready to welcome many a shooter. In the next few days, the Clay Shooting Classic will be held in Gloucestershire. It's being run by the Clay Shooting Company. Steve Lovett has promised us some fantastic targets. Our friends over at Shoot Clay have launched the Shoot Clay Cup. This will be held at EJ Churchill's on Friday the 22nd and Saturday the 23rd of August. This promises to be a fantastic festival of shooting with 120 birds sporting, over 15 stands and a number of pool shoots.
Ian, the weather's very different to what it was in mid-Wales, and how does it feel to have won the second title in 3 years?
It's quite an accomplishment. I've really been struggling as of late, and to come through and do that at that moment in time couldn't have been better time really for to come through and put a 300 in. So really pleased at the moment, yeah, very good.
And the weather, was that a factor or not for you?
It wasn't so bad on the Sunday when we shot, and obviously we were outside on that day, so we didn't get too badly affected by the weather. So God was looking down on us that day, thankfully. Yeah.
And for you, I mean, the Krieg-Off is a special event for any DTL shooter. Yeah. Why is it so special for you?
Obviously, they've been very good to me over the years, and obviously I like to repay them by putting a good win in every now and again, which obviously keeps everybody noticed, and everybody knows what's going on with them. Very good company, Krieg-Off.
And for those people thinking about doing the Krieg-Off DTL next year, what would you say to somebody to encourage them to go along to it?
It's just a very good event. Everybody's really, when they get there, everybody's really happy. It's a good camaraderie with everybody that's there. 4 day shooting, really good. One of the biggest ones in the calendar for the year. They're really good.
And what are your plans now for this year?
Obviously still be doing a lot of it down the line. A couple of weeks time, the English and Dougal at Barlow, and then obviously they've got quite a few events with the European and other ones up there as well. So we'll just be getting back on the circuit and see how we do with that.
A little birdie tells me you're shooting a little bit of sporting locally today?
Going back to my roots, I've obviously like doing a little bit of that as well, yeah, but it's obviously just getting in the mix to be having enough time to do them all. But yeah, I do enjoy my sporting as well.
You know, this week coming, everyone's heading to Bywell. What are your thoughts of that?
Another good event, obviously really well run. It's a great place, obviously just up the road from me, quite handy, and just hope the weather's like this. That'd be really good.